Hello everyone, so picking off where we last were, just making sure he's fully there, talking to Alphinaud here. If our only remaining recourse is to violence, then we should seek out the swiftest path to victory. With every moment we hesitate, Ishgard's prospects grow bleaker. And speaking with Estinian here, new winds, old friends. Estinian would have you enlist the aid of Cid Garland. A force of sufficient power to break through a primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the Eyrie, whatever, and I can offer no better solution. Pray consult with this engineer friend of yours. Very well, on the condition that you swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence. And steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I'm not so selfish as that. Contact me by link pearl when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. I suggest we rendezvous back at Saint Renette's Forum, Celebrian. From what I gleaned, the Holy See's decidedly ambitious airship project. Cid will still be in Ishgard. I think I said some stuff that was wrong there. Anyway, so we're also going to talk to the Moon-Eyed Moogle there. And we have... oh. We have an ether current somewhere to the south there. Far to the south. Moon-Eyed Moogle. The Moogle in the watchtower is cradling her rumbling tummy. Whatever can be taking her so long, Kupo? A replacement should have been here already, but I don't see her anywhere. I'm so hungry. I wager she went home on account of those troublesome Tillahans that are flapping about. If you slay 4 of them, that should secure a safe path, giving my replacement no excuse. Please, my stomach begs you, Kupo. Naturally, we have to kill 4 of them now. And we also have a very big one there. From a fate. Well, we'll tackle that one, and this one. And I think we're going to feel a little daring and try that one too. We'll let her tackle one of those for now anyway. Success. Sort of. I'm actually going to jump onto my mount just in case that fate guy spots us. And he didn't perfect. We'll kill this one down here. And with that, we need to speak with Moogle again. Thank you. Now the Tillahans are out of the way. It's only a matter of time before my replacement gets here. I'm about to pass out from hunger, so I think I'll go ahead. What could go wrong, Kupo? Who knows? But thank you for the ether current. And we're gonna teleport our way to Moghome to turn in this one, and I guess we have one more over there, so we're gonna teleport to Zenith afterwards to pick up that one. And then we'll continue on with the main scenario quest. Where am I going? Where am I going? I think I need to go this way. Margaret. Many thanks, brave adventurer. Finally I can enjoy a bath without the smell of raw dragonfish assaulting my senses. Sniff. Say, a dip in the waters might serve to, freshen you up as well, Kupo. Whatever. Thank you for the Aether Current. And that means we just need to find one, and, there's 2 quests, so there's that one, and then probably the last one is going to be to the east, eh? That's somewhere over there. Well, we don't need to go over there, so I'm not gonna hunt for it right now. Right, Zenith. I want to teleport to Zenith. As I was saying, the last one is probably part of the main scenario quest, so we will get that one probably a few quests from now. And so we need to head this way. Mandarin Moogle. Or whatever. We also have a bunch of earrings that are effectively the same, but because I have this one, I don't need any of these, so these are probably going to go on the market board. This Moogle is scouring every nook and cranny in Zenith. Hide and seek seemed like a fun game at first, but I had no idea everyone would be so good at it. Now I just want to go home. Could you find the other 3 Moogles and tell them it's time to leave, Kupo? So apparently we need to find Moogles. And they're all somewhere around here. Well, there's one over there. Oh, and there's one up here. Hopefully I don't get spotted. Perfect. Emasculated Moogle. I fell asleep in my hiding place. I think I'll return to my comfy bed. And another one's down here, and the other one was back over there. Boing. Muttering Moogle. I can't believe you found me. I'll find an even better hiding spot next time, Kupo. Yes, that was a very, very good hiding spot. Very, very good. Can I be any more sarcastic? That was a fail. Oh, can I not hop it up there? Can I climb up over here this way? Oh, there we go. Hoppity hop. There we go. Impatient Moogle. Who actually found me? Aw, well I suppose it's time to go home, Kupo. Easiest quest ever. I think it's also a part of something else, and I won't mention what that is until we get to that. Moogle. You seek better than most Moogles. I guess I'll have to practice hiding at home. Hiding is such taxing work. I suppose it's time to train. How did you find me, Kupo? You're too clever by half. Unbelievable. You've already found all the Moogles? Finally we can go home. I've never seen such skillful seeking in my life, Kupo. Sorry to make you find everyone. We usually don't hide this well. You'll be the first one we invite to our next game. AKA... do. So you want to be picking whichever one you think will be the most helpful. We'll just go for the defending one just because. Anyway, so that is the last quest one, because like I said, the last one is probably part of the main scenario quest, as there's usually at least one, as you saw with the other area. And our last Aether Current is somewhere over here, but we will find that later, because we probably will have to go that way. So we're going to make our way to Ishgard to speak with Alphinaud at St. Rene's Forum. Alphinaud. When I last saw you, when last you saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Cloudtop. Failing that, we could try the airship landing or mayhap even the Skystone manufacturer. But let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is who? Cermak would seem to be the obvious choice, but there's no guaranteeing he will be able to grant us an audience at short notice. Ah, I have it. Count Edmond's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy See's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord Emmeline is about. And so I'm actually going to take the Aethernet shard and teleport myself to wrong button. Pillars. Fast vigil. Thought that's what it was, but I couldn't remember. And then we will go to the house Fortin. Right here. On a row. When it comes to, exchanging information of uncertain origin, Lord Emmeline is something of a prodigy. Alphinaud. We are fortunate to find Lord Emmeline at home. The tavern keeper's loss is our gain. Ah, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old girl? Well, I trust. In search of a said Garland, you say? Then say no more. The taverns are full of talk, and the name of said silver-haired genius has cropped up more often than most. I hear he has been tasked with getting the monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. 'Twould seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing. I'll wager their master does too. The airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. Come, Slytherin. We must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. So, heading to the airship landing. And look at that. Pigs. If Ishgard comes under attack, we'll have to get out of the city pretty sharpish. Don't much like the idea of leaving a job half finished, though. Wedge. What's that? There are dragons coming? Sorry, can't talk now. Have to finish this job and get out of here. Sid. Slytherin, Alphinaud, how fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Greetings, Master Garland. I'm sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you we have need of a favor. Blah blah blah, this and that. We need flying ship. Flying ship now. Another wind barrier, and you'd say it was conjured by Nidhogg. The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. The Dranians would fly rings around her. And if they took it to their heads to incinerate the rigging, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them. But there must be something we can do, some manner of weapon we could employ. Vestinian stands vigil at the edge of churning mists, but we do not know how much longer. Alright, I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave the new toy of yours a proper field test. It's probably best if I let the lads show you. Come on, the manufactory is not far. And so we need to head to the machinist area, Sky Steel Manufactory. So I need to take the teleport to Sky... the literal Sky Steel Manufactory. Shocking! Otherwise I could just run there, but it's so much faster using the Aether shards. Aethernet shards. I know what they're called. The teleporty tool. Wedge. They all want to build bigger, but we know where the future is headed. Sid. The Ishgardians have granted us the use of a small corner of their workshop, all part of the agreement. I think you'll see we've made the most of the space. Alphinaud. Ah, yes, the Sky Steel Manufactory. As I recall, this workshop is primarily devoted to the construction of dragon-slaying weapons. Biggs. Our little project's just inside. Oh, you're going to like this one.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a Manacutter.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio's bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, and lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
Tataru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Ul'dah. It's about Her Grace, the Sultana.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the Manacutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds. You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raubahn and the Sultana whatever help they need.
And speaking with Alphinaud, I am as intrigued as you, Solarian. Shall we hear what news Tataru has brought us? Tataru. And we have options for belts, and I'll probably go for the Landstorm Dragoon, just because that's obviously the class I'm currently working on. Tataru has news from you. Tataru has news for you from Ul'dah. General Raubahn says they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts. And he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Solarian. Pressing though Ishgard's plights may be, our presence here will not serve to hasten the Manacutters' completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Thanalan and lend what aid we may. Troubled lands of Thanalan and lend what aid we may. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Estinian. Tataru, have our friends at the... I can totally read. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Estinian. Tell him we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphinaud. To the Waking Sands, Warrior of Light. 'Tis past time Ul'dah was delivered from this darkness. And so we're gonna head to the Waking Sands.
Thank you for coming.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery. There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady-in-waiting, Muriel. We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the Manacutters, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours? Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friends, for Nanamo, and for Ul'dah!
Alphinaud first. If one had chosen to entrap the Sultana in a death-like sleep rather than slay her, then one would surely also know of a means to rouse her from said state. There must be an antidote to this poison. You Giri. Our target is Muriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I'm told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Muriel is still in hiding there. And if you're wondering, yes, I do have a quest in here. That's a Gale Force Wind one, which is a side quest. And then I more than likely have another quest from Urianger, which will be gotten to on a side quest at some point. At any rate, so we need to head to the Silver Bazaar, which is just, where are we? That is in this direction. So we're just gonna teleport to Horizon instead of traveling back there, and then all the way over there. Yugiri. Our target is Muriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of blah blah blah. Guess that's the same thing, so I'll speak with Spotted Meadow here. Do I know of any returning residents? Gods no, tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear of this. What? Alphinaud. I've met the Sultana's handmaiden on numerous occasions, but I cannot for the life of me bring her features to mind. Pippin. I suppose it was too much to ask that we stumble upon her buying fruit in the market square. Yeah, just maybe. Kikipoo. Greetings, Celebrian. What can I do for the Silver Bazaar's favorite adventurer? Looking for Muriel, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Ul'dah, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. Well, at least that confirms that she's here. And speaking with Papashan and then Raubahn. Papashan. Easy now, General. We don't want her bolting down from some other hole. Where is she? I will tear this place apart if I must. And I guess that means we need to speak over here, even though I already know where she is. But, well, you guys don't. Ha ha ha. Danielle. Or Danielle. Whatever. Daniel. Muriel? Aye, she's here. Left the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. Who? It's the one closest to the market entrance. Thank you, Kidlet. The one closest to the market entrance, which is, of course, that one, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it this one? Who knows? We're heading to this one. Oh, look at that. Looky who we found.
You are Meriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me. General Alden!
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
Lolarito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn, a new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. 'Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Meriel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
You conniving little worm! You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive. And preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teledji Adeledji without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find her grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Raubahn Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
And so we need to speak with Alphinaud out here, but first, Yukiri. You had killed the one you served. Pray excuse my mutterings. I was reminded of a line from an old poem. Alphinaud. By the 12, I feared Lord Lolorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Little did I suspect that he of all people would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. And we'll just yoink that one. Yes, that one. And... there we go. Alphinaud. Alphinaud would see the dark chapter in Ul'dah's history brought to a close. Shall we also make our way to Ul'dah? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. And so we will head to Ul'dah. Yugiri. I hope Lord Lolorito's potion is as effective as he claims. Alphinaud. It would appear that the Syndicate has moved swiftly to clear our names. Bartholomew, for one, does not seem remotely surprised by our presence here. Bartholomew. Flame General Raubahn mentioned you might be coming. Please, this way if you will.
I was having the longest dream.
'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands. Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she's none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Ul'dah into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrius. Yes, well, 'twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and ladies, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Ul'dah has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves. Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphinaud, proud member of the Scions.
Alphinaud. I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil, but the fact remains, there is no woman alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the pall of my despair. And with that we have the other belts for the other classes, and I will go with the healing one, I guess. Not that it really matters. Alphinaud. Alphinaud would know how things stand at the Rising Stones. Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this Manacutter of theirs is nearing completion. I am assured that her grace will make a full recovery. Ah, I, and Ul'dah too, shall flourish once more. General Raubahn and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Ugiri, a question if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand at the Rising Stones? Ah, yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilbert's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphinaud. To me? I see. I'm grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these Stallards for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Celebrian? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. So, we will head to Mordona and to the Rising Stones. Commander, you're alive! And Celebrian too. I knew you'd scrape through. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you, all of you. My promises of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. Bah, you'll not hear us complaining. 'Twas a sight messier than expected, aye, but we was still fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? Aye! You humble me. I am truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It is with the most profound regret then that I must... That's enough of that, Commander. We know what you've a mind to say, and we ain't having nothing of it. Or having none of it. We've talked it over, see, and we are all agreed. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks, but we won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves... The Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideals upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us to each other, and to you. Commander, Alphinaud, our minds are made up, as ye may as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you find Menphilia and the others. My friends, after all that has happened, I don't know what to say. Ugiri. I feel blessed to have witnessed such a display of camaraderie. Ugiri, we must repair this damage if our minds are to find... We must repair this damage if our minds are to find focus. Now, where to begin? Argmius, or whatever. First things first, we must needs put the rising stones in order. We cannot have the Archons return to find their headquarters such a shambles? Cousin. Oops. I sent Shinobi to spy upon the brass blades, and it would seem that Yida and Papilloma's resistance accounted for a sizable number of the company's soldiers. What we know for certain, however, is that our friends' corpses were not found amongst the bodies they left behind. I'm not entirely sure if he said that before, or if I ever talked to him before, or whatever. And... Femi. Slabber and Saragon, I joined the Crystal Braves in the hopes of following in your footsteps, and I do not regret that decision, not even for a moment. Dawar. If we scrutinize the Science records, they should provide us with likely locations to which the missing Archons have fled. Put your mind at ease. It is for work such as this that we have been trained. Iliane. We'll find the missing Scions, I promise you. Between us and the immortal flames, no stone in Eorzea will be left unturned. Yol. I don't know if you know, but during that darn feast, Fleamin got ambushed by some third unit curs over in Limsa. I'm told she danced free of their noose, though. Ain't heard nothing since, but my guess is she's lying low somewhere in the port. That's good to know. Alphinaud. Pray excuse me, I had thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the constancy of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their loyalty, Celebrian. But as Heliak is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. Alphinaud. Alphinaud has matters to attend to at the Rising Stones. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm, specifically Urianger in the Waking Sands and Tataru in Ishgard. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. And so back to Ishgard we go. And back by the Sky Steel Manufactory, we actually go inside of it and speak with Sid. Celebrate, how in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have, but for this moment, completed the Manacutters' first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Four Tops Manor. A dragoon by the name of Stinian was looking for you. Stinian. You have fulfilled your obligations to the Uldahs, then? Mr. Tataru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned that these Manacutters of Master Garland's were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Emmerich? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. And I guess that means we're heading to the seat of the Lord Commander. Temple Knight Guard. Sir Emmerich has been eager to speak with you. Pray proceed.
All stands ready, Lord Commander. Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the Manacutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphinaud's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, The journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these Manacutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphinaud? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
And apparently that's, we can't do that because we're not, that's actually quite funny. We're like so close to leveling up, but as it was, I was going to talk to him and then end the quest there and end this video for there, but I guess we're ending it right here for now. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.